To Formula One now, and the Red Bull racing team has been dominating the sport recently. Last season, it emphatically ended the 8-year streak of constructors' titles enjoyed by Mercedes, and it's had the top 2 podium finishes in each of the 2 races so far this year. Well, it comes as the popularity of F1 continues to grow, with the Netflix series Drive to Survive pulling in fans from across the globe. Well, joining me now, I'm very pleased to say, is Christian Horner. He's the team principal of the Red Bull Formula One team. Christian, welcome to you. Obviously, you've made a fantastic start to the season. Have we seen the best of your car yet, or is there more to come?
Well, it's so early in the season. I mean, it's a 23-race calendar. We've done 2 races in Bahrain and Jeddah so far, and you know the venues vary a great deal. Australia, in just over a week's time. So I'm sure it's going to ebb and flow, but you know we're hopeful that we can extract more performance from the car.
I've seen some reports suggesting that Mercedes may tweak their design to bring it closer in design to yours. I guess imitation's the best form of flattery, is it?
Yeah, look, absolutely. And you know, the regulations are still relatively young. It's only the 2nd year of these new regulations. So I'm expecting to see an awful lot of convergence during the course of the year, and the grid is going to tighten up. So, we need to make sort of hay while the sun shines at the moment while we've got a competitive car.
No room for complacency.
Just keep pushing through the season. I
mean, you've won 12 out of the last 13 races. Do you worry that your dominance might put some viewers off?
Well, look, I think that, some of the racing has been fantastic, and I think we saw a great race again at the weekend between our 2 drivers. And if you do have 2 dominant cars, if those 2 cars are racing each other, then I think that does create a spectacle in itself. But I have no doubt that the opposition are going to be coming back quickly and aggressively, especially as we come back into the European season where updates start to come through. We're hearing about big Mercedes upgrades. I'm sure Ferrari aren't happy with their current position as well. So, we're fully expecting things to converge quickly once we get back into Europe.
Now, you can win the Constructors' title. Only one driver can win the Drivers' Championship. How do you manage the 2 drivers that you have? I mean, there's a lot of talk about how much they get on.
Well, there's always a conflict between the 2 championships. So the big championship for the team is the Constructors. That's where the money is distributed within the sport that comes in through the different fees, etc. The Drivers is the individual championship, and that's the one that carries the prestige, especially for the drivers. And I think for us as a team, the responsibility is to give both drivers the same chance, the same opportunity, the same car. And of course, it's then down to what they do on the circuit. We've got 2 great drivers, Max and Sergio. There's a healthy respect between the 2 of them, and I expect that to continue.
Lewis Hamilton's been very complimentary about your car, and Toto Wolff, your opposite number at Mercedes, said he wouldn't blame him if he left Mercedes. Could you ever see yourself signing him?
Look, I think what Lewis has achieved in Formula One is second to none. But we're very happy with the drivers that we have. They're committed as a pair to not only this season but the next season as well. I can't see where we would be able to accommodate Lewis, but I'm sure they're going to sort their issues out, and we're certainly not writing him off yet.
Now, it's 6 years just about since Liberty Media bought control of F1. What would you say has changed in the sport, if anything, since?
I think the biggest thing is they've brought down the barriers and embraced sort of digital media. They've embraced initiatives like Netflix, for example, which has been a game changer in the sport, bringing things in like the cost cap to contain cost. And adopting a model that is making the teams effectively franchises, and that's driven value up, and it's brought an incredible following and a completely different demographic. A lot more girls, becoming interested in Formula One, a lot more diverse audience. And as a result, we're going, to more and exciting venues.
Yeah, and of course, this big push into the US, which has 3 races this year. I mean, how big can the sport become in the US?
Well, I think the US is really taken off. So, with the announcement of the Vegas race, we've got Miami and Austin already. We're seeing massive brands coming back into the Ford. We're welcoming Ford, as a partner back in for 2026 with the new power unit. We have partners like, Oracle, for example, and we've got 5 Fortune 500 companies that are, partners of the team. So we're seeing a great interest. We've got an American driver on the grid now. And, I think that we're just scratching the surface of what the sport is is capable of. And I think that, of course, the product's got to be good, but the audience that's suddenly woken up to the world of Formula One, not just on track but off track as well, is truly exciting.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that partnership with Ford. They're going to be supplying the drivetrains. I mean, how big a deal is this from Ford's perspective, do you think?
I think it's great for them. It's a great re-entry into the sport. They've got a brand that's synonymous with with Formula One over the years. For 2026, the hybridization of the cars, basically going to be 50% electrical power, so it fits their product range with where they're going with their their products for the future. And we're not only seeing Ford coming back in, we're seeing Audi entering the sport, and huge interest from the manufacturers. And I think for us to have a partnership with a brand like Ford, with the technology that they have available as a privateer engine manufacturer, it's incredible to think that Red Bull will be taking on Mercedes and Ferrari and Audi. But I think with this partnership with Ford, it fills the missing gaps that we would be exposed with.
Yeah, very exciting, Christian. It's great to see you this morning. Best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.